Hello, you can call me Lapis, and I'll be going over everything you will want to know about the event maps and how to be like a pro. Once we spawn in, we're going to want to go over here. This is the best spot I could recommend to stack your Jackal Bombs at. The point of stacking Jackal Bombs is to make a big cluster for a lot of damage, as you'll see soon. This could really help against the big freezes. Yes, freezes. There is multiple of them in this mode, which are bosses. And we'll get into that very soon as we get into this video. Now, a quick overview of the game mode and what to do inside of it. You have a fire you need to defend. If this fire ever dies, you will lose. Or if every single survivor is eliminated, you will lose. It's a pretty simple game mode. Think of it as a defense game mode in a way. Now, it's pretty simple on the first few waves. As you can see, there's not many that will come, and you will be able to fend them off quite easily. This here is charcoal. This is dropped, usually guaranteed, near the middle and the end of the waves. One thing to keep in mind while going through each of the lower waves, if you do plan to stack Jackal Bombs, you always need to keep an eye on that timer. If you don't, you'll get way less damage than you'll be expecting. It's very crucial if you are trying to use Jackal Bomb to its full potential. Other utilities can be used, yet many players say that Jackal Bomb is the best, and I'd have to agree with that statement. This is Big Freeze. I'll be talking about him later on, yet the first one you'll see is not that strong. It's more of a test for the survivors to see if they can even handle what's next. And this one's a joke, so you should be able to breeze through him pretty quickly as seen here. There's only one thing you need to really avoid, and that's his stomp, but we'll get into how to avoid that very soon. Now, wave 6 to 8 is not too much different than the lower waves, yet there will be a lot more zombies to watch out for. So if you're in a low server or have a Jackal Bomb stack, you're gonna have to be on guard. Plus, zombies cannot spawn with heavy armor, which they will have more health and more damage resistance. So some guns might not be able to 1 or 2 tap, like for example, the sniper. As we're heading into wave 8, zombies cannot spawn with Juggernaut armor. Juggernaut armor is a little bit more tanky than heavy armor is, and for example, the Mini 14 can 3-tap heavy armor zombies, but cannot 3-tap Juggernaut armor zombies. So it's very crucial to know that Juggernaut armor zombies are probably going to survive a certain amount of gunshots that you fire at heavy armors, and that can really mess up players. It even messes up me sometimes. Yet, as we can see, there's a lot more zombies around the fire pit now at wave 8. This is the wave, including wave 9, where zombies will spawn very frequently. So you need to be ready for that, because as you can see, there's just zombies poking out. Even when there's so little infected remaining, there's so many coming for me over here. So I need to defend my stack, or else they will trigger it. And not to mention, if I let too many wander to the fire, we know what's gonna happen next. We might lose. Yet, I was feeling pretty safe in this server, so you really need to see, is your server strong enough to let you continue stacking? If it isn't, you will want to stop and defend the fire and only stack during the intermissions after each wave has ended. Now, the key thing to take away from how this game mode works is the farther you get into it, the more difficult it is. Now, the spawning is determined by a spawn interval. The interval is the timer between when zombies spawn. Let's say there's a 3-second delay, yet as waves progress and or from wave 8 to wave 9, that interval gets shorter, so now zombies comes every single 2 seconds, and you get where this is going. So you have to keep that in mind as you continue throughout the mode, or else you may underestimate it and things may get dicey, yet this is referred to as the easiest mode out of all the 4 modes that are going to come out this entire event. Let's get into how Big Freeze works. We already know his claw attack, but the Ice Stomp is what some players get confused by. His Ice Stomp is triggered whenever he is closest to the player he is targeting. There's a cooldown on it of 25 seconds. This is reset whenever a player dies. And after 25 seconds, as you can see here, he'll lose aggro and go to stomp another player. Yet also, if you are far enough away from him, he will stomp you again and then run off, but he won't be able to stomp the other player. This is a bug I've already told Toho about. Yet, as you can see, not many players are dodging it. Yet the best way to dodge the stomp is to either have Pitchfork or run right at him. I would not suggest running right at him, yet the Pitchfork is by far the safest method you can use to avoid the stomp. Candy Course Trials is the next event map in this whole event. It comes after Invasion, either if you lost or won it. It is an obby, and it's quite easy if you understand what does everything do. And I'll go over that in this video. In the Candy Course, you want to collect as many jelly beans as you can. There is 23 in the map, so once you collected all of them, you're good to go. I suggest doing this because we have no clue what they're used for, and it's best to stock up on them and not have to grind for them later. This part of the obstacle course is called Chocolate Smash. As you can see, all of these normal ones have a timer, yet the 3rd and 5th one do a double slam. Like in this 3rd one, as I showed, again, it has a double slam. Once it does its 2nd slam, you can then go. Same for the 5th. This is a pretty simple thing to get by, and once you learn how to get by it, it shouldn't cause you any troubles. This part of the obstacle course is called Lollipop Whack. I would heavily suggest you stay near the middle. It cannot outrun you if you're close enough to it, as seen in this clip. And once you learn how to do this correctly, you can just run your merry way after collecting all your beans. The Yeti fight is, as you would have guessed, a boss fight. This boss fight consists of one enemy, and it's called the Yeti. In this boss fight, you will have to learn many things. How to dodge certain attacks, where to aim, how to run away, and many more things. Now, usually depending on what your loadout is, you're going to want to have to play different. If you have, for say, a sniper or a Mini 14, you're going to want to stay quite a bit away from him. Not too close. Yet if you have something like the Tommy gun, minigun, whatever it may be, usually assault rifles, you're going to want to be somewhat close to them, because the drop off on automatic weapons is quite severe. As you can see, sometimes I deal 55 damage, 70, or 36 to the head. 70 is quite close and it's really good, yet you run the risk of getting hit by that Ice Slam attack right there, even if he's not going for you. If it's 55, I'd say that's a good range to be at. Any lower, such as 36 with a minigun, you're going to want to get closer to him. This attack right here is the snowball attack, as I like to call it. Just stay quite a bit away from him, or use Pitchfork to swiftly avoid the snowball. If you do get hit by it, it'll deal 50 damage and stun you for about 4 seconds. This attack right here is the first he will do whenever he's enraged. This indicates chillers are spawning. They're just like invasion chillers, and I'd heavily suggest you take them out before they get too close and freeze you up like this one did. The attack you just saw recently was a charge attack. Yeah, we're gonna get into this next one. This one is called the Ice Wave. Wherever he is facing and raises his hand is where an ice wave will come at. You will want to get to either side of where the wave is coming from, like where I am right now, to avoid it. It will deal 50 damage and freeze you for a very long time. This, as mentioned before, is a charge attack. The best ways to avoid this are either running straight back or using the pitchfork. For me, the pitchfork tends to bug out a lot, and for others, yet Toa is fixing that as of now. You can also run straight back or find your own method. I prefer to run straight back with speed armor. That's my best bet to avoid it. You can do as you please. I really don't know, sadly, exactly how to avoid the charge attack in full. I really wish I did, so I could help everyone, but I really don't. So my suggestion to you is either use the pitchfork and pray to God it works, or simply try finding different methods to run back and avoid the charge attack. Going to be honest, I did not win that last round. Not enough time. Yet, this is the windscreen, and I cannot bother to get any more footage since that previous footage got corrupted as well. So it just is rubbing in my face more, yet I could care less because I'm not getting more footage. Now, I'd heavily suggest, if you are free to play, to use Mini 14 and Python on both modes. If you are pay to win and or you have a lot of items, use Minigun and Gauss Gun with Python. Those are the best loadouts and or guns I can recommend. Full loadouts I will put in the comment section if you are really intrigued on what to actually use. Yet overall, use whatever you like and you feel comfortable using. Don't feel forced to use everything I say to use. Yet what I say to use is what I like to use, and it does me very well. This is the end of the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. There is going to be the Candy Factory and Candy Wizard on the 31st. Beans are going to be used for it. I do know sort of what the beans are going to be used for, but I won't spoil it for anyone. Yet what I can say is I suggest you grab as many as you want. I suggest 500. More is fine, yet 500 should be it. I'm not saying that's how many you need, just how many I think I and maybe you will need. Once again, thanks for watching. My name is Lapis. You can call me whatever you want though, and I might make more videos in the future, who knows. Yet I hope this serves as a decent standing point for what to do for all event maps currently. When Candy Wizard and Factory come out, I will make another video about that and the best ways to conquer them. For now, see y'all later.